Good day, everybody. Wayne back again. Welcome back to the workbench. I want to do an update on the 112 scale 57 Chev. First of all, I got to do a big shout out, a big thank you to Butch, my Canadian friend up in British Columbia. In my last video, I was asking for if I couldn't find any headers, and Butch was very kind enough to send me some headers that he had from a previous 112 build that he wasn't using, and they're actually all cladded, and so they're spectacular. So a big shout out to Butch. They arrived. They're in great shape and they are absolutely stunning. So I'm not touching the finish on it. I'm just making them fit. So making them fit. This kit was not designed for the headers, and on the 57 Chev, on the 57 Bel Air, the transmission mounted in this area here off of two pegs, and then of course the front end, the front divots are in the front for the front of the motor. Well, the headers hit all that transmission mounts, so I had to figure a way of making the headers fit and still having stability for the transmission. So what I ended up doing was making a tubular transmission mount to come off of the back pad of the transmission, and that allowed me to take all of the original transmission mount out. Now there's plenty enough room for the headers, and so now I can get the headers in there. The headers will fit. So now I can wire up the motor, temporary glue it back in again, get the header set into place, and then I can go forward with the chassis. Now, because I've modified that, now the frame for the transmission mount now interferes with the stock mufflers, because the stock mufflers mount here in this hole here and come up to just behind the transmission mount, and then there was the exhaust pipe to go up. So now when we put the exhaust in, the exhaust comes up over top of the transmission mount. So now I'm going to section. I got two choices. I can section the muffler and bring it back to here. I've got dimensions from MagnaFlow on what they have, an 11-inch muffler, so that would bring it down to about 1.25 inches from flange to flange, and that would get it right behind. Then I can take the original pipe, cut it, go from the muffler up into the header, and we can be done with it. What I'm thinking about doing is building a round muffler out of aluminum. So a round mufflers are, the small ones are 4-inch diameter, the larger ones are 5-inch diameter. So I was going to build a 4-inch diameter, and there's a reason for doing a 4-inch diameter, which in scale brings that down to between 3/8 and a 1/2-inch tube. So if I go with a 1/2-inch tube, that's close enough, and I can cut these flanges, these muffler clamps off, use them, and then take it and drill through the frame and have it exit in front of the wheels. So this is why none of the chassis is painted, because I'm still playing around with how I want the exhaust to fit. Simply I could just do it this way, cut the muffler down, run the stock exhaust, and be done with it. But this kit deserves the detail that I can put into it. So that's what I'm debating on how to run the exhaust. So leave your comments below as to how you think I should do it. I still haven't bought any of the aluminum tubing yet, so that's it for the chassis. Now, for the body, this is a great big canvas, and I have started to paint. This is antique white on the roof. That's what I was going to be going with, but it's too beigey. When I put it up against the blue spoon, it comes out. It looked good on the spoon together, but when you get it on a big area like that, it just looked way too beigey. for what I wanted and the amount of antique white that was going to be on the car. So what we had decided to do was change the color to cream. And so I was debating on whether just to spray the whole roof again in the cream and lighten it up, or because this is a great big canvas, I've got templates that I can put on it, and I can spray the cream over top and still have some of the antique white coming through and give it a little bit of a design. I've been picking these things up over at Michael's in the scrapbooking section. And you know, there's a little wee 6x6. The scale for this one here looks absolutely perfect. I mean, this is what I've been buying. I've been buying templates over at Michael's and over at my art supply store in scale. You know, I've got barbed wire fence, I've got chicken fence, I've got circles, dots, but these things are in the scrapbooking section. So you know, if you're looking for ideas for doing custom paint on cars and everything else like that, or planes or boats or whatever you want to decorate, go to the scrapbooking section and you can find these little wee 6x6 templates, and they're Mylar, they're laser cut, and for each one they're about $3-4. So if you get lucky and you get a Michael's coupon or Hobby Lobby coupon or wherever, because we don't have Hobby Lobby up here. So I've been buying them out of Michael's. So that's another idea that I was going to go with. Either that or just paint it cream. Just paint it cream and go with the blue, or put the stencil on it, or a stencil. I like this one here, and start to get into a little bit of custom work. So that's where I am right now. I haven't got the motor wired yet. I'm just playing with the chassis and trying to figure out my exhaust, and but I had to do some painting one night, and so this is what I came up with. And the paint laid down good. It's right over the black. There's no primer on it. It's right over the black, and it covered. There's about 5 coats of paint on there, hair dryer in between, and it's been dry now for it's been sitting for about a week and a half in my greenhouse here, getting the dust off. So anyways, leave your comments below as to what you think I should do with the exhaust. And if you like the idea of the stencil work on the top for the custom paint. So until the next time, cheers.